The entire digital asset market, not just XRP, has surprised the cryptocurrency community. It is a momentous day today. The US Congress formally enacted the Digital Asset Clarity Act. This demonstrates that the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or CFTC, regulates XRP as a commodity. For many years, XRP owners have been embroiled in court battles and government probes. The SEC's intense scrutiny had long tainted Ripple's promise, restricting adoption and, to be honest, undermining investor confidence. Nevertheless, now that the law is clear, the situation is formal and unambiguous. There is cause for celebration among the XRP soldiers. The unity of people in Washington, D.C. is demonstrated by the fact that this bill was co-sponsored by both Democrats and Republicans. Since XRP is clearly a commodity under the Digital Asset Clarity Act, the CFTC is responsible for its regulation. This is a significant shift in U.S. regulations. XRP and Ripple have been the focus of rumors and lawsuits for years. It was an unregistered asset, according to the SEC. After nearly 5 years of being in the headlines, that fight is now formally concluded. To be honest, the legal clarity that XRP holders have been demanding has had a significant impact on how institutions embrace XRP. Right now, retail holders are having a wonderful day. The myth that XRP poses an illegal risk has been disproved. All of a sudden, an extremely hazardous and speculative investment becomes a legitimate commodity that is acknowledged by the largest economy in the world. For those who persisted through the SEC lawsuit despite their fear and lack of confidence in their ability to prevail, this triumph is both a symbol and a practical one. Additionally, every XRP although there is now a chance for your wallet's value to increase, regulators are clearly in favor of it. Perhaps the most significant outcome is that the SEC is no longer concerned with how to carry out the legislation. Gary Gensler's tenure at the SEC will be remembered for his aggressive pursuit of cryptocurrency initiatives. Exchanges were unsure whether to offer XRP because his idea was centered around Ripple. Institutions were reluctant to enter the market. Ordinary investors were uncertain about the safety of holding XRP. However, because Congress has intervened, that anxiety quickly fades. The SEC no longer has any power over XRP. Now, Ripple, its executives, and its international partners can conduct business without fear of legal action. The inflow of billions of dollars is made easier by this degree of clarity. They'll take up residence. The legal cloud has been lifted, allowing institutional capital to enter the market. The major banks that were previously unable to enter the XRP market due to unclear legal regulations, including as BlackRock, Fidelity, and JP Morgan, are now able to do so. Analysts anticipate what can only be described as a surge in purchasing pressure. These organizations no longer have to be concerned about potential legal issues because they may now lawfully hold, sell, and borrow money using XRP. This implies that enormous sums of money will shortly be received. At this stage, institutions view XRP as an item of the greatest caliber, and it ceases to be merely a speculative asset. All over, price predictions are already increasing. The statistics speak for themselves when you combine the fact that XRP is practical and extensively utilized with the fact that the US government ensures legal security. Previously cautious analysts believe that XRP will surpass previous highs. According to certain projections, if XRP is used in the real world and grows globally, its value may reach $100 per coin. It's more than just talk. It's what occurs when people are prepared to adopt, and the legislation is clear. Price is not the only impact. Relationships, integrations, and innovative ideas are made feasible by well-defined regulations. Payment service providers can now rely on XRP's expansion. Cross-border money transfers can expand without fear of legal repercussions. Companies that use Ripple, such as fintech and banking, because platforms are aware that their settlement system is founded on a legally recognized good, they are able to expand their activities globally. The possibility that XRP could develop into a global bridge currency is now more evident than ever. It is not the only aspect of the story. Retail XRP owners now have an incentive to cooperate with the XRP army or group. This matter was decided via the legislative process rather than the judges. They become even more assured of the ecology as a result. It's a time to recognize those who have persevered, demonstrated loyalty, and put forth effort, collectively. The narrative of XRP shifts for the first time from one of lawsuit dread to one of triumph and opportunity. Defending itself in court is no longer a concern for the group. It can instead concentrate on adoption, growth, and strategic expansion. Furthermore, the movement is only beginning. Exchanges are already modifying their policies to conform to the new legal circumstances. Relisting XRP on platforms that removed it from the market during the SEC complication is being considered. A great deal of trading will take place. Instead of warning and speculating, the news now rejoicing and grasping the opportunity. On social media, investors, influential people, and those with a large following are expressing how exciting the new era of XRP is. Adoption will only increase as a result of this surge in interest. As more people want to participate in what is expected to be one of the largest market events in cryptocurrency history, demand is rising. Technical specialists are listening carefully. Historical charts demonstrate that regulatory successes frequently result in unprecedented momentum. Given the supply dynamics, worldwide liquidity, and potential for adoption of XRP, an extremely high price cycle might begin with legislative confirmation. Prices may rise as a result of the markets having fewer liquid products when more institutions enter. Demand is high and the law is obvious when supply is constrained. Everything is ready for rapid expansion. This period aligns well with the roadmap that Ripple has created. XRP is now a significant force in digital finance thanks to its new legal status, continuous international collaborations with central banks, and advancements in technology. Now, cross-border payments, liquidity support, and financial infrastructure integration are all justified. When it comes to relationships, adoption, and new ideas, Ripple can go all out. The fact that the law now acknowledges XRP as a legitimate product aids in its expansion. The cryptocurrency industry as a whole benefits from this transparency as well. Markets have long been hesitant and unstable due to regulatory uncertainty. Congress sets an example for handling digital assets by clearly defining XRP as a product, which may result in more clarification for other cryptocurrencies. This might usher forth a new era of trust between institutions, developers, and investors, reducing systemic risk and fostering long-term growth, Now is the time for all XRP owners to reconsider their strategy. Price fluctuations and rallies fueled by momentum are likely to benefit short-term traders. On the other hand, long-term investors can now hold with greater assurance, as they are no longer concerned about legal concerns. Network upgrades, business integrations, and staking are all more likely to occur given that participants aren't concerned about issues with regulations. The ecosystem enters a period of expansion, safety, and reliability. This indicates to people worldwide that the US is embracing new crypto technology rather than stifling them. Although Congress has already made it clear what the restrictions are, the SEC may have attempted to assume control of some projects. The best illustration of how unambiguous regulations may promote adoption, innovation, and market engagement is XRP. It has a significant impact on international investors, cross-border money transfers, and even the likelihood that XRP will succeed. With central bank-issued digital currencies. For the XRP army and cryptocurrency in general, this is ultimately a great victory.